hi, Kelly. Please come on in. How's Jeffrey?
Well, about all they'll tell me is that he's holding his own. There hasn't been much of a change, so we don't really know how he's going to do just yet.
I'm sorry.
Is Mason here?
No, he's not, and I'm not quite sure when he's coming back. Can I give him a message for you?
Well, no. I just wondered why he hasn't been by the hospital to see Jeffrey. They are brothers. Thought I'd ask him.
Well, you know, Mason is, he's having a little trouble adjusting, which is normal, and I'm sure that he will be by there any day.
Julia, is Mason drinking again?
A little bit, but it's nothing to be concerned about.
Well, you look concerned.
I get a little concerned if someone just drinks a little more than socially.
So is that what he's doing?
Yeah, a little.
You know, when I think back to all the damage Mason's inflicted on the women in his life, sometimes I wonder if he isn't more trouble than he's worth.
So, Mason, how we doing over here, huh?
Not bad. Hoss, about you?
Not bad. Hate to see a man drinking alone, though.
Well, you can fix that. Sit down and pull up a chair.
But yeah, I'd like to do that, but I have a few things to take care of.
Can't be much. It's quieter in the cat house on Sunday in here.
Yeah, weeknights are like that, you know. Of course, I get some of my best work done there.
Don't let me keep you.
Actually, I wanted to take a couple minutes of your time to ask what Jeffrey's condition's like.
His condition. Yeah, well, it's not too good. In fact, I don't think old Jeffrey's gonna make it.
Is that right? Because I heard ever since he got out of the coma that he was doing a lot better.
Well, better, yeah. Yeah, he is doing better, but he's still got a lot of recovery time ahead of him. You know how those things are.
Yeah, I guess that's to be expected.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I was thinking about maybe popping by the hospital and paying him a visit.
Well, you ought to do that. He'd appreciate it, I'm sure.
You know, I was wondering, do you ever get the feeling that now that he's out of the coma, he sort of is aware of what's going on around him?
Aware? No, I wouldn't say he's really aware. He guesses, maybe. Like, you know, comas can be funny things. Yeah. I tell you what, you could do me a favor. Could you get me another one of these? The bartender seems to have gone south.
Yeah, sure. He's probably in the back. What is that, Bourbon and Branch?
That's right. And I wonder if you'd emphasize the bourbon a little bit.
You got it.
You know what I mean?
Bruce, what's the matter?
Oh, nothing. I'm just waiting for Eden, Zach. What are you doing here?
No, I'm here to meet a friend, if she ever shows up, that is.
Hey, Silly, is your wife here yet?
No, the elevator is taking forever, man, and I don't know why you're not on it. You're supposed to be guarding her, you know?
Well, I was, and I had to check in her station, and she insisted on going ahead of me. Well, the PA said she did get on the elevator.
Great. Was she alone?
No, there was a man in it.
What do you mean, what man?
Well, the PA said they seemed to know each other. They said hello to each other.
The PA said, man. If she's... This thing hasn't moved off those two lights for 10 minutes. Can you get a maintenance man here? Can you do that? Do it.
Don't move, I'm warning you.
What are you talking about?
Stay away from me. I know who you are. You stay right there. I know who you are.
Give me the
gun. I know who you are.
Give me the gun.
No! No! No!
Really, Kathy, coming from you of all people.
Look, Mason is my brother, and I love him very, very much. But I'm not blind to his faults.
You really don't think he's worth the trouble?
No, it's not just Mason. It's Ted, too. It's like some kind of curse that we have, that our problems always get in the way of our personal relationships.
Well, I'm going to help him with that.
I don't think it's fair that you should be responsible for solving Mason's problem.
I love him. And it's an illness, you know. And if someone that you care about gets sick, then you stand by them. I mean, you do the same thing for Jeffrey. You are doing it for him.
It's not the same situation, though. I owe this to Jeffrey. And I have no illusions that our relationship will recover even if he does.
You don't.
I don't know that I'm helping him even now.
You're helping him, Kelly. If you stand by him, it will help him. He may not be able to tell you that, but he's feeling it.
We don't know what he's feeling, Julia. We don't even know if he knows that I'm there. I'd like to think that I'm helping, but I can't be sure. Well, I'm sorry. I don't really like talking about this very much. I think I should get some fresh air.
Listen, let me know if there's anything that I can do.
Oh, there isn't, but thank you very much. It's all in here. I just have to learn how to deal with it, you know. Sometimes it feels like I've been battling this for so long and I just can't seem to get it right.
You will. Just come by anytime you need to talk.
Thank you.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi. Kelly, hi. How are you doing?
I'm all right.
Yeah, Heather told me that your husband Jeffrey is doing a little better now.
A little.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that.
You're out late.
Yeah, I just thought I'd drop by on my way, see how you're doing.
I was just about to go to bed, but if you want to come in, I'll make you some tea.
No, I won't stay there. Can I give you a ride?
No, I have my car. Actually, I was thinking about going for a walk on the beach, but I'm wondering if that's really a safe idea.
Well, I could use a little fresh air myself. Would you like me to give you company?
Yeah, that'd be nice. Thank you.
Good. Well, then we'll go then.
Good night, Julia.
Good
We'll
night.
talk later.
Good night.
So anyway, I guess they're giving Jeffrey a bunch of tests to see how serious that damage was to his head, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot of tests. You know how hospitals are. They start running tests. You can't hardly stop them.
Yeah. Did he ever, I don't know, give you any kind of idea as to whether he's going to regain any of the neurological functions that he lost?
Yeah, I'm sure they do. They like to regain those whenever they can.
You ever notice, I mean, any doctors ever talk to you about, I don't know, when they expect those results?
When? Well, I don't know. You know, those tests take their own sweet time. Can't rush a test.
Yeah, right. I guess maybe I should go down there and ask him myself. I thought maybe you knew a little bit more about what was happening to Jeffrey than you do.
Well, I've been trying to keep up, but I've had a lot on my mind since I got back.
Yeah, I understand. You know, I just figured what with him being your own brother and everything else, you might...
Oh, yeah, I know he's my brother. I know exactly who's my family and who isn't. Not my problem. Problem is they won't stay away from me.
Oh, they won't? What's that?
Well, just for example, this business about my wanting to have a little drink every now and then. It's a tempest in the teapot, if you ask me. I mean, a man's got to have room to move, right?
Yeah.
Title to have a few every now and then.
Sure, I didn't really think you had any kind of problem where that was concerned, though.
There you go. I don't have a problem. It's all like in their imagination, but they won't leave me alone. Sometimes I think I should have stayed in Vegas.
Why don't we put this away? We wouldn't want any unfortunate accidents to happen.
Stay away from me!
No one is going to hurt you.
Stay away from me!
All right, it's moving. You be careful with that. Get up against the wall. Take it in possession, Peter.
What do you think you're doing? Let go of me!
It was him. It was him. It's him.
What did he say? What did he say?
He said, I see your face.
Okay, we got him. It's all right. Everything's gonna be all right.
I'm really glad you offered to come along. I couldn't stand the thought of going right back to the hospital.
Oh, I understand.
Well, I hope Julia doesn't think it was rude of me to steal you away like that.
Oh, I think she was relieved. I don't think I should have dropped by without calling her. Pretty nice.
I love the beach so much when it's deserted. So peaceful. You know, sometimes I sit here for hours and just watch the wind and the water. I feel sorry for people who don't live by the ocean.
I suppose they find solace in some other way. Whether you live on the beach, live in the mountains, or just go out and sit on the fire escape. I think it's an important thing for all of us to get out and be alone, think things through. I go in retreats. Sometimes I come down here, though.
Don't tell me priests have problems, too.
I'm afraid we do.
Yeah, but you have everybody else's problems. It's not the same.
Oh, I have my own problems. That makes for twice as many problems. I'm surprised the number of times I walk along the beach.
Instead of sitting in church.
It's a different kind of church from in here. I feel the Spirit of God very keenly.
I know what you mean. Tell me something. When you come here with your questions, do you always get the answers?
Yeah, but it's not usually the answers I wanted to hear.
Daddy's sick. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't mean to hurt us. He just can't help it. He's a good father. He wants to be for you. Because you're the most precious thing this world has ever given him. And you're the only one he can look at and see the face of someone that he really believes in. The part of himself he really believes in. You're my best girl. And I don't know how to protect you. I don't know how to keep you safe from all of the pain that has nothing to do with anything that you've created. I need help. I need someone to help me do the right thing because I don't think that I can leave him on my own. Because I love him. Please forgive me, but I love him.
If you refuse to release me this minute, I'm going to file charges of false arrest. I have done nothing to warrant this kind of treatment.
Officer found this on you. Happens to be my gun.
Well, it certainly isn't mine. I took it away from your wife in the elevator.
Why?
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 Because I didn't want to see anyone get hurt, and she was in a very panicked state.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to tell me what you were doing here in the first place?
Now, I don't think I understand your question. You want to know what I was doing in the elevator? I was going to the lobby. You see, I use elevators to go from floor to floor whenever I happen to want to get...
Give me attitude, Philip. I don't want to hear it. I want to know what you were doing in this building.
I was invited here. The station is doing a show on Vietnam, and they wanted to interview me. You can confirm that quite easily. Look, I have explained already to your wife.
That's fine. Explain it one more time to me.
I was here for the show. I was also delivering this. It was intended to be a contribution to the rape center your wife wants to start. But let me tell you something. This is one hell of a way to treat donors.
And what made you say, I can see your face to her?
Because I could. Look, is that such an extraordinary expression? Am I crazy or what? I knew that your wife would be frightened in a darkened elevator. I was only trying to reassure her that it wasn't totally dark in there. I could see that she needed some attention. She was on the verge of hysteria, damn it!
Yeah, well, I can understand why. $100,000. Well, now, that's a pretty generous contribution, wouldn't you say?
If you're going to be ungenerous, there's hardly any point for charity, isn't there?
Is this your customary donation to worthy causes?
No. This is especially for this cause.
A rape center.
Mr. Castillo, I have done a great deal of work with Amerasian children, and through my work, I have come across many cases of rape, and I have had to deal with the very ugly consequences of it. Homeless children doing their very best to survive, in any fashion they can. This cause touches me very deeply.
Well, perhaps that's the truth. On the other hand, this would be a perfect excuse, wouldn't it? Something you might have prepared ahead in case you needed an alibi?
What are you implying?
I'm not implying anything yet, but this does seem a bit strange to me, Philip. A bit too pat.
You can't seriously suspect me of having done anything to your wife. This is outrageous! I have never been so insulted. Such a suggest... All right. All right. I have put up with enough of this. I demand that you release me at once.
I may not release you at all so you can save your demands. I have a mind to take you downtown and question you in more official circumstances, actually.
Bruce, can I talk to you for a minute?
Certainly. Excuse us. What?
It wasn't him.
Are you sure?
I was scared. It's not him.
Darling, you should be positive. You know, you don't have to let him off the hook just because he's making a stink.
No, it's not him. And I'm really embarrassed.
You're free to go.
Oh, boy. I'm not going to forget this.
You follow that man wherever he goes. If you lose him, you're in a lot of trouble.
Why are you following him?
Because I am not 100% convinced that he isn't the man we want.
Cruz, I know it's not him. I know it's not.
Darling, you know, if you're going by his voice, you could have disguised that as easily as anybody. As far as I'm concerned, we're way past the point we can afford to take chances.
I didn't expect to see you here.
Oh, excuse me, darling. I wonder if you'd do me the very great pleasure of having this...
Whoa, careful there, bud.
Thank you.
All right.
I seem to be listing slightly from port.
Yeah.
You could just point me toward the dance.
I actually don't think you're in much condition to dance. Maybe I'll just sit tight for a while.
Oh, a Capwell, not dance?
I just don't think it's a good idea. You seem to be tipping over a little bit.
Or over tipping. That's very Capwellian, Capwell-esque, isn't it?
Very good, yeah. Actually, I don't think it'd be too safe on your own feet or on your own. So maybe sort of sit tight.
How about if I sing a little? That's more up my alley anyway. If you tell the leader of the band to stop for a minute, then I'll join right in.
Sing. Yeah, well, actually, we don't have a band or a leader, but I'll tell you what I could do. I'll turn off the music for you, and you could sing solo.
Acapulco, that's my favorite.
That's the one. I tell you to sit tight, but I think you're well on your way.
I heard that.
Okay.
Tonight I stumble in this bar about 5:15. Not thinking that I'll ever make it through the night alive. But in no time I always find a sympathetic ear. I'm running through the whiskey and hiding in my beer.
Hey, whoa.
Whoa. Well, the hand of God. Thank you, Jesus. I think he pushed me. What's the matter, Father? Wasn't I high enough for you?
Well, I think you're high enough. Why don't we go sit down on the table, huh?
I can't. I got to sing in a minute. As soon as the music stops, I'm all right. Anyway, don't worry about me. I've fallen before.
Yeah, well, I'm sure of that.
Well, are you sure it's any of your business?
Well, I just think that somebody's got to take care of you.
Well, I thought we had guardian angels for that kind of thing.
Well, most of us have one. I think you probably have several working round-the-clock shifts.
Yeah, well, I need a lot of special attention.
Mason, is this the way you want people to see you? Huh? Too drunk to walk? Sitting up at a bar with everybody staring at you?
Do what I please. I'm a Capwell. I don't have to worry about what people think. I'm above the crowd.
Doesn't make any difference to you what you're doing to Julia?
What am I doing to Julia?
You know this kind of behavior is tearing her apart.
Why don't we just leave Julia out of it?
What, is that a touchy subject? Was that because maybe you feel a little bit guilty? Is that because maybe you know what you're doing here is wrong?
I don't know what you're talking about. That's the trouble with you preacher types. You can't leave a person in peace.
And who are you leaving in peace? She's sitting at home waiting. She loves you. She sacrificed for you, and she doesn't deserve the kind of treatment that you're giving her. You're a disgrace. You happy about that? You're a disgrace to your family. and you're a disgrace to yourself.
Well, isn't that special? I'll show you who's a disgrace, you sanctimonious song-singing suckers.
I just don't know what's happening to me. Everywhere I go, I see the men who rape me. It can be something small, like somebody's shoes. Or sometimes it's something they say, or just the way a man looks at me.
Eden, there's nothing abnormal about it. I mean, a lot of women experience it. And there's absolutely no reason why you wouldn't be on guard.
I don't know. I can't go on like this. I can't let this happen. Look at what I did today. I can't let this happen to him, and I can't let it happen to Major Hamilton or anybody else.
He'll live, don't worry.
Yeah, but you don't like him. What if it had been someone you do like?
Darling, it's a phase you're gonna have to go through. It'll pass, right?
In time.
How much time?
Unfortunately, that's impossible to estimate. You see, because when something this horrible happens, it doesn't just go away because you want it to. It lingers. And just when you think it's gone away, it comes back up at odd moments. It's like you have everything under control, and then without warning, it's just like it happened again.
It's not exactly what I wanted to hear.
No, that's how it is. And you've got to expect episodes like tonight, and not try and push the feeling away. See, Eden, that's part of the healing process.
I don't know. I want to believe you. But when I was in that elevator and I was holding that gun in my hand, I wanted to kill him. And thank God I didn't, because I would have been wrong. I would have made a mistake. The next time, I do not know what I might do.
I hope you know that I'm here, Jeffrey, and that I care. However it must have seemed to you before, I do care. All the rest of it we'll worry about when you're well again. All that matters right now is that you get well. And once you do, I'll stay with you, and I will help you.
I care about you too, Kelly. I just wish I could do something, say something. So what does this mean? Does it mean there's still a chance for us?
I just want you to know that I am not going to desert you. I will be here for you, no matter how long it takes.
What are you doing?
Just like you, Cal. I came to pay my last respect.
You have no business in this room. Now get out.
Why? Who am I gonna upset more, huh? You or him? He can't hear me. You ought to hear yourself. You sound like a woman who's scared to death.
Actually, this is the best part of my job, getting to share in the anticipation of the baby with the parents and helping them to prepare.
Well, I figured that having Chip around has had to taught us something that I guess a newborn will be a whole different ballgame.
Well, I usually find that the infants are a lot tougher than the parents to be. And I almost always find that the fathers are a lot more uptight than the mothers.
I don't know who you're talking about, pal. You know, I'm as solid as a rock.
Yeah, sandstone, maybe. Crumbles easily.
No, darling, tell him how rock-like you found me to be, how rock-like.
Well, I've just been sitting here trying to think of examples, man. Actually, you know, he's going to be as anxious as I am.
Oh, I bet. You know, but I can't tell you how many times I have seen mothers where they want to go out jogging or swimming or even play tennis, and all the fathers want them to do is sit around with their feet up in the living room. I'm telling you, with the woman as active and independent as Eden, I know it's going to come.
Well, I'm a firm believer in exercise.
Yeah, and he's also gotten really used to me being hard-headed.
Wait till you start showing. Oh, which reminds me, I wanted to ask you if you were interested in natural childbirth.
That sounds like a great idea. We haven't discussed it. What do you think? You want to check that out?
Well, the only way I'm going to have this baby is if you're by my side.
There's no experience like it for either of you. And the hospital has classes available. They're 6-week sessions.
Okay, well, listen, why don't you get the details? I'll be right back.
Great. I tell you, I think it's really good for her to get out like this take her mind off what's happening.
She's a very brave woman. And let me give you the name of the person at the hospital that you contact about the classes.
I really got lucky when I got in touch with her, I'll tell you.
Well, there is no argument there. She is quite a woman.
Thanks for this. I was wondering, you know, there's no serious worries really about the baby's paternity, but if it were possible to have absolute confirmation, I think it would make her mind feel easier, you know. I'm just wondering if there's any point at which that has to be determined. Is there a deadline or anything? Hi.
Oh, you look shocked to see me. Did you think I was coming back?
No, we were just going down the joys of having a wife like you.
And I missed that, huh?
Well, I'm glad you're here. We'll go over it again. I don't mind talking about it.
Oh, help. Good work. Oh, I'm in bushwhacked. Blindsided.
You can hit me again when you get sober, huh?
Oh, don't you worry. I am sober. Father, sober as a
kite.
Yeah, it's only temporary. I'll be right as rain last thing tomorrow morning.
Yeah, well, why don't we try that out? We'll get you home.
I don't know if I want help from somebody who just knocked me down.
I'm sorry about that. I lost my temper.
Whoa, how the mighty have fallen. Down, down like glistering phaeton wanting the manage of unruly chains.
Oh, great.
I'm sorry. I didn't want you to find out about this.
Look who's here.
I'm lucky. This is the first place I look.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky, too.
Michael, let me take him. I'm used to this.
Well,
What happened to your place?
I just stumbled.
Good answer.
No, you didn't. He hit you, didn't he?
No.
Way to go, Mason. Knock out a priest. That'll give you brownie points.
Well, he doesn't fight fair.
It wasn't Mason. It was the alcohol.
He's sober.
Let me take a look at it. It's swollen.
It's all right. It's okay.
You have no right being here.
Oh, yeah? What makes you think you do?
I'm his wife.
Oh, that's your excuse. You're his wife. That's real nice. You sue him for divorce? He wants nothing to do with that. And all our little liaisons? You gotta be kidding me, lady.
Look, don't talk to me. Just leave.
I'll tell you what I do. I'll leave here when you do. Because you know what? I think you're down here out of guilt. You see Jeffrey lying there like some poor vegetable, and you think about all the times you hurt him. So what, you're gonna wipe that all away by coming down here and standing around, standing vigil over the flag? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little something. He can't hear you. And even if he could, we stopped fooling him a long time ago. You know something? I wonder something real wild. When we first started seeing each other, I wish something like this would happen to him. I wanted him the hell out of the picture. And now I gotta live with that inside me, and it hurts. So that's why I came down here. So fine, if you found your little peace right now, if you've been down here and assuaged your guilt, I'm real happy for you. Now how about allowing me a little of the same, huh?
How do you intend to do that?
I've seen Jeffrey for 5 minutes. That's okay with you.
Okay, 5 minutes. But not alone. It's been a long day. I want to go home.
So go home.
Look, if you don't mind, I'd like to say goodbye to Jeffrey privately when you're through, okay? 5 minutes. Go.
Kelly, don't leave me. Don't leave me alone with him.
Major Hamilton.
Do you mind if I joined you?
No, not at all. I have to leave very soon. I've got a very early call at the hospital.
Well, that's all right. I have an early morning myself.
Oh, you had quite an ordeal this evening.
I certainly did. It's not very pleasant to be grabbed by a policeman and accused of rape in full public view. But I have seen behavior like Eden's before. It's not unlike what they call Vietnam delayed stress syndrome. I've run into any number of men who are ostensibly functioning, even functioning very well, and yet all the while nurturing secret depressions, replaying old battles in their heads, sometimes suddenly lashing out violently at the people who are even close to. All it takes is a few words, a gesture that they misinterpret. Something that reminds them of the horror of what they've experienced.
I've read about cases like that, but I've never actually treated one. Are you sure you're all right?
What?
Are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just fine. Incidents like tonight don't stay with me for long. I have my own protective mechanisms.
We all have those. Now, I'd better get going.
All right.
Been nice talking to you.
Yes. Good night.
You know, I gave Peter a piece of my mind for leaving you alone on that elevator today, but you shouldn't encourage him to go off and do stuff. You know, those guys are assigned to protect you. How are they going to do that if they're making phone calls?
He just wanted to check in with the station. I thought it was harmless.
Well, it's not harmless if you end up getting hurt. You know, you can get lulled into a false sense of security in a public place with people you think you know. I mean, something, God forbid, something probably won't happen, but I just wish you would cooperate a little bit.
I will. And thank you for everything you've done. And in order not to complicate things, I would really like it if you kept the gun. I'm a little frightened about what I would do.
I think that's an excellent idea. I just hope that what happened today won't set you back too much. I mean, I think you're really doing well.
Don't worry.
Oh, look at that. I just happened to have seen this sitting here on this chair. Can you believe this? Look at this.
What is it?
Well, whatever it is, it has one catch to it, which is that you have to open it before you can find out what it is.
Was it a mink coat?
Well, I thought we might give the minks a break this year, so something a little more practical.
Oh, it's beautiful. And it's much more practical than a mink coat. I mean, you can't wear mink to bed.
Right.
Okay, unless your pearls are at the cleaners.
So how do you like it?
It's nice. It's kind of big.
Well, it may seem big now, but I think it won't be big soon.
Oh. Well, that's thoughtful. It's full of foresight.
Well, it's never too soon to be full of foresight. That's my motto. Typically stupid, but my motto nonetheless. I hope you like it.
I love it.
I liked what Zach said today about us maybe doing natural childbirth.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Did he tell you where?
Yeah, he wrote down a number. Somebody at the hospital or something.
You know, he's a really nice guy. I'm really glad we spent time with him. Listen, if I'm gonna put on this robe, why don't you put on your pajamas?
But you must be tired, right?
No, I'm not that tired.
I love you.
I've missed you. And I'm really sorry that all this has happened. I wish things were normal.
Well, you know, there's no rush. I told you we got all the time in the world.
I know. I just thought maybe we can make a fire and be comfortable.
Sounds like an idea to me. You're an angel.
Good night, Jeffrey. I'll come back tomorrow.
Well, I guess it's just you and me, huh, partner? It's like old times. Although I hear not for long. The word around here is you're not gonna make it. No recovery. You know, I guess that means I'm probably gonna have to take your share of our little plan. But, you know, you really want me to do that anyway, wouldn't you? Being a nice, generous guy. Hey. What's this? Do I notice just a little bit of anger in those eyes, huh? Maybe a little fear? You know something? I bet you know a whole hell of a lot more than anybody suspects around here. What do you say, you blink your eyes for me if you can understand me, just like in the movie? No? Oh, I think you're trying not to. Come on. Blink 'em. Attaboy. You see that? I knew you could. What's the matter? You got moisture in those eyes. You want me to wipe it away? There's no reason to be sad here, Jeffy. Because you know what? I know you ain't gonna talk. There's no way. I trust you. You're gonna keep our little secret. Right to the grave, Jeffy.
Had a lot of experience with alcoholics. The mission when I was a cop.
Did you ever get involved with any of them personally?
Yeah, I had a partner on the force. He's a wonderful guy. He's tough as nails, and he also was always worried whether I'd eaten enough dinner. His wife walked out on him, and he started to drink. He just took a nosedive. He never pulled out of it.
Did you try to help him?
Of course, and he said he'd go for help tomorrow, soon.
That's what Mason says to me. He promises me, and then he just does it all over again.
Then maybe you have to force the issue. Tell him you love him, but you don't love him enough to let him ruin your life and your daughter's. You tell him to quit, or he's going to lose you both.
I can say the words, but I don't think I can stand behind them.
Well, that's the key, of course.
Can't you help me do something else? Can't you just talk to him and make him understand?
I don't know. As a priest, I could, but I think that there's been too much happening between Mason and me for him to listen to me as a father confessor.
Then I don't know what to do.
Well, I think it's going to have to come from you.
I have tried so hard already.
Then you got to try again. You got to try harder. You got to lay it on the line. Maybe what he needs is to really know that there are going to be consequences. And if he gets a sense that if he doesn't pull his life together, he's going to lose you and he's going to lose Samantha, then maybe he'll change. And if that doesn't do it for him, I don't know if anything's ever going to.
You know, I've never been more proud of you. After everything you've been through, you're still so strong. So beautiful. Did I mention beautiful?
A woman is beautiful when she is loved. I saw that in a movie once. That's the way you make me feel. You make me feel beautiful.
I don't believe it. Don't people ever leave us alone?
I think it's probably those lab results you were waiting for.
Yeah?
Yeah. I won't go anywhere.
Okay, you better not.
I won't. Hello?
Iden. I've been watching the tape of the show you did this afternoon over
Who is this?
Watching the tape doesn't compare to watching you. I can see your face.
Who is this? Was it him?
No.
What did he say?
He just kept saying that he watched my tape over and over again. I don't know.
Yeah, that call that just came in, did you get a trace on it?